Welcome to the Pit Crew. I'm Camille, your attending, and I have my residents with me.
I'm Mal.
And I'm Robert.
We are jumping into episode 2, 8 a.m. of season 2 of The Pit. We are retitling this episode AI Almost Intelligent. And we do have a patient to present this week. Robert, would you like to present the patient?
Sure. Patients presenting with a case of to the eye?
The long beef is going to be amazing. Oh God. I literally, as soon as they said that, I was like, I knew it. I should have said it. I didn't say it in the last episode.
Okay, but we were all thinking it.
That or we cut it, but I was like, this lady's got an STD for sure.
I just realized, is that a technicality where I just did a long bleep of because it's related to an STD? Does that technically mean I used up my horny thought for the podcast for the season 2?
That one's endorsed, so it's okay.
Oh, it's endorsed. All right.
Yeah.
It's like a consult.
Yeah. So, okay. We're just going to jump right in chronologically. We come straight back to Dr. Mohan, Dr. Al, and Nurse Jessie with the sweet baby. We can figure out, like, it's not specific to this baby or anything she's seeing. It's like she's the one having PTSD in peds now.
Mm-hmm.
So we've traded for sure. It's not, what do you guys think? What are your thoughts?
I have none.
I have none. I need more episodes. That's the problem. This is only the second episode where I'm like, okay, there's something. We need more to build on.
I want to know so bad, and I feel really stupid not having, like, really any theories at all. But it's also, like, I don't know this woman yet. Like, we've spent less than 2 hours together of this shift, so, like, I don't know what to make of any of this.
I have 2 theories, okay? Either this is haunting her. We find out she's never been sued this episode, but this is haunting her because she missed something previously with a sick baby on a rapid CBC or oh my God, a POC CBC. I was like, someone's going to murder me for having said that. Or she had a baby that she lost because of someone else's malpractice. Something to do with MedMal. That's what I'm thinking.
Okay, interesting.
I think all of this comes together somehow.
Well, we will find out. You know what? I'm calling it now. Camille's right.
You can't just piggyback on Camille's theory.
Yeah, you can.
There is some sort of, like, adoption or, like, foster care trauma in her past. That's going to be my prediction. Either, like, she was left as a baby or, like, had to give up a baby in the past. That's what I'm gonna go with. So I guess I lied when I said I don't have a theory, but I don't feel like it's a very good theory.
Robert, Mal and I were on the phone the other day, and Mal was like, I'm honestly so happy to ride your coattails. And I was like, is that why my back hurts so fucking bad? Like, what the fuck? And now she's telling people not to?
We gotta shout out Camille because Camille sends so many emails to so many different people, and emails scare the shit out of me. So
I ain't scared of a publicist.
I'm like, Godspeed. And, like, sometimes people respond to those emails, and I'm like, see, if it was me, I would be so anxious about the email that it would never get sent. So shout out to Camille. I love to write her email coattails specifically.
And it's like that song by My Chemical Romance, you know, emails scare the living shit out of me.
Yes. Because I'm like, people perceiving me, knowing that I'm a person who exists? Absolutely not.
Oh, by the way, if I sound a little hoarse today, nay. No, if I sound a little hoarse today, I have been coughing like all day. I went to an NHL game for the first time in a while, and I screamed so much. That's why my voice is a little rough today, my bad. So now we're cutting to Santos and Robbie. The girlfriend is not, like, uncooperative, right? She just doesn't have a lot of info about Kylie. I think the girlfriend's name is Gina.
Okay, but also there was a shot though that made me suspect
She
the
leans
girlfriend.
out of, you're right. She, like, leans out and watches them having a conversation.
So I'm like,
But I'm a nosy bitch too. I'd have walked right the fuck up.
Here's the thing. I also have anxiety. And if I think people are talking about me, even if I'm not in trouble, I'll be like, oh God, what did I do?
Yeah.
No, that's fair.
No, that's very true.
So for right now, Gina, I think innocent doesn't know. And I really hope that she's not being abused, as I said last episode. And maybe it's just turning out to be this really weird, convoluted, like rare thing that happens once in a million times. We haven't had anything like that happen on the pit yet.
I mean, like, kids do get injured. Like,
Yeah, but piss and blood?
well, yeah, that is
By the way, I found out that's a French saying today. I was today years old when I found out that if you like cut yourself and you're bleeding really heavily, the French, there's a saying that's like pissing blood. So when they say, if someone who speaks French says pissing blood, they're not actually talking about pissing blood. They just mean like what they were
you're
bleeding a
bleeding
lot.
really bad. Huh.
Yes.
I respect the French for two regards: being able to start a revolution at the drop of a hat, and
Baguettes.
no, and Ratatouille. Not the food, the movie.
French toast.
French fries.
Yes, I've had so many French fries because I just got braces recently, and like they're easy enough to eat, like they're soft enough
They're
to
squishy.
like mush up. Yeah, I've had so many French fries. So Robbie asked Santos if she's seen the trauma counselor that week, and she said she's going to. And I'm wondering if it's like Pit Fest related, or have Santos and Robbie kind of like grown more and learned more about each other over the past 10 months, and this is something else. I think potentially that like she has disclosed her trauma to
Right.
Robbie, and he was like, well, you have to get help.
That's kind of what I was wondering as well, because it's never been given to us in the show. Like, I think, did Issa Briones say it like in an interview? The
Yes.
whole like past
Mhm.
abuse thing? Yeah.
The children's gymnastics kind of a
Yeah.
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 Which, if that is
So-
the case, it'd be wild because it'd be a direct parallel to Langdon going through his own thing and not talking to Robbie and not getting help through him.
Yeah, but obviously this is something that affects the way that she approaches her job, because
Right.
this is our second, shift with her, but this is not the first time that she approaches this like a situation where there is a suspected abuse, and she like takes it very personally and is very like focused on trying to do the best possible thing, which is like great when you need an advocate, but then also it's like sometimes things do just happen. So I could also see like Robbie clocking that like this is clearly very personal for her and being like, you have to kind of address your own traumas that you're coming in with. I don't know.
Credit where credit is due, though. It does take her an hour roughly before she starts getting a little bit too much, because like she is doing a better job holding those suspicions in and like not allowing it to affect how she's working until she's talking with the social worker later, and then she starts slipping back into season 1 behavior. I noticed that and I was like, So Robbie's still babysitting Dr. Al. Like he literally cannot let her work without hovering, because she comes up to ask a question as Robbie's walking away, and Robbie turns around and comes back. And I'm like, okay, disclaimer here is that I think part of, like, obviously we all love Robbie. I think most people do. However, he's not, oh God, people are going to not like this. He's not a great guy. He's a pretty good teacher, but at least this season so far, there were some things last season. This season, I'm just like, bro, you're kind of like a dick. And like, also, I have complaints throughout this episode, but like, this was the first moment that I'm just like, what's your deal?
I mean, I think his deal is that, yeah, he needs some therapy, to be quite honest.
It was so funny seeing the influx of people after episode 1 premiered being like, oh my God, Robbie works in a hospital. Doesn't he know how deadly motorcycles are? Why isn't he wearing a helmet? And I'm like, oh, so media literacy is lost.
I'm like, that's literally the point.
That man is passively suicidal at best and actively suicidal at worst. Like,
somebody on Threads said, where are the advisors on this show? And I was like, baby, the writer is an ER doctor. Like one of the, like, what are you, well, you're stupid.
Also, like, do you think that just because they are ER doctors, they're always making the most safe choices? Like,
no, they smoke too.
Yeah, Dana works in an ER, she smokes.
A, B, C, multiple choice. Here are the answers. A, B, C, and then D is right in. I'm selecting D, and I'm putting you're fucking stupid. That's the answer here.
Respect to that person. I don't know if you're actually stupid.
Mm,
I'm pretty sure they are.
Camille, what if that person listens to this podcast?
Saying it with my full chest, babe, pick up a book. Robbie loves gut intuition. Dr. Al doesn't vibe with it. Robbie's very defensive of Santos's faults when Dr. Al tries to say, like, you were kind of implying that she may have been emotional or taking this personally. Like, that's fair as a leader, except for the fact that this woman is also a leader, whether you like it or not. She's coming in to replace you, and you're actively setting her up for failure by not communicating these very legitimate concerns. Like, if Dr. Al gets to know all about Langdon's addiction and all this kind of stuff, which she clearly has heard about, then why can't she know about Santos's fuck ups? And, like, bro, come on. Not to say that Dr. Robbie told her anything about Langdon. He didn't, but I mean, I wouldn't say he wouldn't.
mm.
We ain't vibing right now, so McKay presents the case about Mr. Williams, who's this patient whose like affect keeps changing drastically. She references her gut, and there's this like very long pause where we're all kind of looking at each other.
And Robbie kind of like grimaces. He's kind of like he knows that that's not gonna land well.
Damn, so close after this conversation I just had with her.
So I also enjoy the fact that this show allows for those awkward full seconds to pass. Certain shows will do a more exaggerated depiction of something so that they have to spend less time on it. Like a lot of things in media, especially I heard from someone recently who was saying that at Netflix, when they are making shows, they are actively telling people that when they are writing scripts, they need characters to be explaining like what they're doing and all this kind of stuff verbally rather than relying on the viewer to be viewing it. And that's insane.
People watch TV and do other things. Like,
Right.
I feel like I am not a big TV watcher, just like in general, because I cannot follow the plot of something if I am not actively watching it. And also, like, I don't feel like it is really worth watching something if I'm not going to actually watch it. But like a lot of my friends who watch a lot of TV, it's like, oh, I have the TV on and then I'm also reading a book or I'm like doing work or and I'm like, how? How are you doing that?
One of my like childhood stories that I always heard was that my sister's way of studying when she was in high school was she would have music, the TV on, she'd be upside down on her bed, and she'd get great grades. And my dad always be like, would be coming home from work because they had rooms opposite each other, and he'd look in her room and be like, "What are you doing?" She's like, "I'm studying." And he's like, "I don't see it." But then she, presents her A's, and he's like, "Okay, I guess that works for you."
Yeah, yeah. I definitely play puzzle games on my phone while I watch TV, but I'm not to toot my own horn, but I'm not stupid. And so like I'm like, "Oh, I missed something." Or I'll like pause something because I'm like a conversation is happening right now that I need to be able to track better. So I'll pause it, finish what I'm doing, put my phone down, hit play, rewind if I need to, all that kind of stuff. Like I'm very aware of what I'm watching. And so to the idea of like not.
And I mean, even when I'm watching like The Pit and I have nothing else going on, I still am like constantly pressing the little like go back button to just like watch it again to be like, wait, did I
Did
understand
I just
what
see
just
like
happened?
a full mast penis?
Oh
I mean,
God.
in our defense, we'd like dissect the show and we try and look for all the details. One of us literally runs an account called The Pit Details.
Who?
Um,
It's
Oh my
me.
god, is she here? Robbie's kind of like, hey, you want to jump in on his trauma? Hey, you want to, and it's a weird vibe to me, or not weird, but like different.
Also, I just have to point out, I'm sorry, but all of Camille's notes for this scene, she has, instead of writing Mel, written Mal.
I wanted to call that out. Yep.
So
Oh my god, did I? Oops.
there is one of the bullet points here just says Mal is having a very bad day. Yeah, you know what? So true.
Mal, are you having a very bad day?
I mean, today was the afternoon today was a lot for me, and I like left work totally overstimulated and then got onto the most crowded train of my life, and I was like, I wish I was dead. So
At least you didn't trip and eat shit.
yeah, because that also happened a couple weeks ago that I
Yep.
Oof.
totally ate shit outside of work, and I was like, gosh, the security guys probably saw that and they're probably laughing at me, so it's fine.
He gets Mel and McKay, and they go into this trauma. It's the open dislocation for the guy that had the pallet fall on him that came in late last episode. And Mel's she's having a very bad, no good, whatever. What's the
Very bad, no good, rotten, terrible day.
terrible, rotten day? Yeah.
Terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. That's what it is.
My bad. Wow. Apparently we all are. And so she can't remember terms. She's not as quick on her feet.
I did actually laugh out loud at her being like, well, it's an open dislocation. Like, yeah, girl, I could have told you that.
Yes, queen. Okay, maybe I am smarter than I thought. That was my answer too. But we're seeing a new side of McKay. Like, she's becoming a great teacher. She's coaching in a very good way. She's not just giving the answers. She's like, sounds like a Harry Potter spell. I live for the day that we will stop making references to Harry Potter. But it's not like a problematic thing to make a reference. It's okay. I just don't prefer it.
I mean, McKay's old enough that when the Harry Potter books were coming out, she would have been in like her 20s, which is,
She's probably shared them with Harrison. Like, yeah, it's totally fine.
She probably has a Harry Potter tattoo. She had to cover up after J.K. Rowling. J.K. Rowling.
Dr. Al wants to let Ortho do it in an OR rather than doing it in the ER, but unfortunately that that does mitigate risks, right? And liability, but it's just not a practical choice.
I also love how everyone instantly goes like, "Oh, we're calling ortho, huh? Maybe they'll answer us by the time we're done with this patient."
It kind of like reminded me of season 1 when Whitaker has the tonsillectomy, the post-tonsillectomy hemorrhage patient, where he's calling ENT and they're like, send him back to the hospital that did it. And he's like, what?
Am I putting him in a fucking Uber to the hospital while he's bleeding?
Yeah, okay.
No, and then looking at this, I was like, yeah, no wonder she's never been sued, because apparently she's been working in a utopia in which the people who are best equipped to handle a medical case are like always available.
Which is amazing because I'm like, at the VA? At the VA. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
So Whitaker, Ogilvy, and Kwan with Perla are caring for Louis. And like, I don't know about you guys, but like something's very wrong here. Personally, I actually don't think that Louis is going to make it through this season.
I am so scared for Louis. I'm so scared.
What's the name of that? Like, there's a character in Shameless ? That's like an asshole old man character.
Frank?
Yeah, that guy. Doesn't he die at the end?
I don't know. I never finished that show because I got to the point where I was like, you know what, this show makes me feel gross every episode, and I don't want to feel gross anymore, so I'm done watching this show.
I've also never watched Shameless at all. I'm not 100% sure it's the right show, but at
However,
least you both knew who I was talking about.
There's a really hot guy in that show, and he is one of the fiancés in Bride Wars, and I'm struggling to come up with his name right now, but every time I watch Bride Wars, I'm like, this is exactly the kind of man I want to marry. He's so beautiful, and he's so kind, and I love him, and he says that his fiancée looks like a very hot Smurf.
What if we just called this man up and see if he wants to marry you?
I think he's very. So with Louis, I was thinking there's a chance that this could be like endocarditis because he's breathing shallow. Mal, that's an infection in your heart.
I know what that is, but I don't know like the symptoms of it. So I'm like, sure, I believe you.
So, okay, as a heart patient, take your first shot of the season. I've just mentioned being a heart patient. Next time you'll take a shot is when Robert says telemetry tech. But every time I go to the dentist or the orthodontist and there's the potential that I would bleed, I have to take 2,000 milligrams of amoxicillin to protect my heart because the easiest, like the number one way to get endocarditis is through your teeth, or to get an infection in your heart is through your teeth, because that bloodstream is a straight shot to your heart.
Did not know that.
Yes. I'm just thinking that this could be like endocarditis because he's breathing super shallow. He's like, I don't know, man. He kind of gets loopy near the end. Something's not right. And he's also got this abscess on his tooth. And so I'm just like, oh, and Langdon was talking about his heart racing last episode. So I don't feel that Louis will make it out.
where the season's gonna end with like seeing Louis' like apparition floating above the hospital. Because I think that's what happens to Frank in Shameless. If someone who's actually seen Shameless wants to write in and be like, is that what happens?
No, wait, no. Wait, for the bit, let's just say it'd be like, didn't that happen in Shameless? Okay. So
Did it?
that's one way to get some emails.
Yeah, sometimes actually, guys, we're not wrong. We're just intentionally wrong so that you'll email us because we love attention and we love to hear from you.
Yeah. Ogilvy is a bitch.
I hate this guy. I really cannot stand him.
If he were a hot lady, how would you feel?
Well, I mean, like, he's the new version of Santos, right? I would assume. So I think we all know how I would feel if he was a hot woman. But also, like, something about him feels worse to me, and maybe I would actually.
Smug bastard. Bastard? I gotta say that in my Lorax voice. But yeah, I put in my notes, congratulations, Santos. I hate him more. Like,
He sucks so bad.
yeah, so Dana lets Whitaker know that the wife of the DNR from earlier has arrived. And Joy, they're working on Louis. He's like going through everything. And Joy is paying no attention.
What's her deal?
She's on her cell phone. What is her deal? I can't figure it out. I'm befuddled. I'm so confused. I don't know. But I don't like
Yeah,
it.
I want to know more about her because I don't think I like either of these med students.
No, I don't either. I don't
And
either.
I hate when I have to dislike a woman, but Joy kind of sucks.
Yeah.
And I hope we get more of her. Like, she just doesn't want to be in the ER. She doesn't want to be a doctor. Something. I don't know. I'm like, give me something to sympathize with, please.
Now, this is going to seem like a really random, out of place callback to episode 1 that I'm just like, oh, fun fact, did you know? Fun fact, did you know the woman that has all the medicine in her purse and keeps taking it out and the
And the
supplements
dog?
and stuff? Yes, yes. Did you know that that is Sean Haddis's wife?
Did not.
We totally missed that. Yeah. Now we cut to ... Patrick Ball's girlfriend with her eyelashes super glued shut. This is Alicia Rohrbach. She's an actress. She's Patrick Ball's girlfriend.
As someone who does not do like eyeliner, eyelashes, all that jazz, I don't think you're supposed to put super glue anywhere near your eye.
Yeah, no.
No.
There's a glue specifically for that. So, sorry, quick question. Langdon and this patient have chemistry, and I can't tell if it's just because it's Patrick and his girlfriend, or if they're supposed to be.
I feel like it's probably just because it's Patrick and his girlfriend. I don't.
Yeah, and I hate to say that because I'm not trying to be like, y'all are bad actors. You can't, but like, because they're not. They're great actors. But I was like picking up on something that I wasn't sure was actually there. So if you are listening to this episode, please leave in the comments, because I'm sure most people did not know this was his girlfriend. So when you watch this episode, please leave a comment and let me know. Did you think there was chemistry?
I mean, I didn't clock it as chemistry, but also I am notorious for missing things, so I'll take your word for it, but
You're notorious for when straight people are being straight.
right. I'll pick up on the tiniest gay subtext, but like the heterosexuals are a mystery to me.
I will say, because the first thing that instantly came to my mind from like a couple working together and acting off each other as characters who, okay, actually, I guess in that scenario, I can't, because I was thinking of Nick Offerman and Megan Mullally in Parks and Rec. I'm like, oh no, they were actually exes in that show. Like the characters are exes. But they were able to play off that like very chaotic, go fuck yourself kind of attitude because they were married in real life.
What about fucking Melissa McCarthy, her husband, ending up in literally everything, and she's always all over him. Okay, so this patient asks for Dr. J.
Who is that?
I'm the only thing I can think of is Javati, but I'm sure that can't be it because she's not a doctor and she wouldn't go around telling people that she is.
She's still a med student. It's like,
Mhm.
are we just going to meet another doctor that has a J last name? Javati is going to be competing 2 ways this season, one with the other
With
fucking med students.
Javati versus Jamama.
That's
Gotcha.
low-hanging
Okay.
fruit. Low-hanging fruit even for us. So we're back with Louis.
And Ogilvy's not allowing others to participate in the learning process. He's a smug fuck, and he's just, like, steamrolling.
Mm-hmm.
He reminds me of the kind of guy who's like, if you're at a sleepover and you're like, oh guys, I can't wait until tomorrow. He's like, actually it's 12:01. It's already tomorrow.
He is the annoying kid in the yellow shirt from the Polar Express.
I've never seen that movie. It scares me.
No, it's so uncanny valley. Like
CGI Tom Hanks can't hurt you. CGI Tom Hanks.
So Kiara is off today, which is interesting. This is the first time we've actually been like, oh, they're just not working today for a character that we haven't seen. So we have someone else. We have Dylan Easton. They use they, them pronouns. I picked up on that immediately when Dana started saying they, and I was like, oh, sick. Okay, cool.
Damn, Dana, we woke.
In the pit. We finna be woke in the pit. Javati and Santos butt heads a little bit here. Javati says that Santos can't do a double residency because she wouldn't be able to do it.
Oop.
I mean, she's not like wrong,
Mm.
but also like the world doesn't revolve around you, baby girl.
No, but it's I can kind of see her point of view where she's like, oh,
If I can go through med school as a teenager,
and I'm saying that I wouldn't be able to do it. Yeah, I'm like that's like her reference point where she's like, I did this crazy shit at this young of an age. Could I do even crazier shit like this? No, which makes me think I don't think you can either.
which like when you think about it from the age difference between the two of them, because Santos is at least what, like 26, 27 years old at least.
I thought you were going to say 26, 27 years older than Shavati.
6'7"? 6'7"? Sorry.
I'm like, Lord, I have seen the passive suicidality that you gave to Robbie. Please take it and give it to Mal. No.
Holy shit.
My God.
My note here is all caps. I knew it. The nun has an STD.
She's got gonorrhea, baby.
In the fucking eye. That's wild shit, dude.
Jizzin' and splizzin', right? Sorry. The Hudson Williams brain rot is so real right now.
Yes, that's why we started essentially a whole second podcast as this podcast is like picking back up. It's fine.
Oh, God. Yeah, this nurse has gonorrhea in her eye.
Terrible.
Santos says maybe it's an immaculate infection. That's so fucking funny. Are you kidding me?
That's one of the funniest jokes I think I've ever heard.
That's
actually
incredible.
So funny that it was almost the title for the episode.
True.
And she gets very offended that like Dana and Javati are not laughing with her.
She's like disappointed in you too. I'm like, me too, man.
Yeah, honestly, because Santos, if you want someone who thinks that you're funny, I am available. Just hit me up, girl. I think you're hilarious. I think you're really hot.
I was like, you need a third? Baby, my middle name is 3.
I want you. Does that count as a horny thought?
Am I bleeping that?
We have one. Oh my God. We have Mal's horny thought. We did it. We just had to get her really comfortable.
Which is essentially a freebie because she has an extra one from last season. So now we're all tied up.
That?
Yes, I'm gonna bleep that for the bit.
Amazing. So Dana, Mohan, and Emma are going to replace Mr. Digby's cast. And my first thought here was maggots? ?
I had seen, I think it was either an interview clip or an interview, like an article talking about how they had actual maggots in this season.
The face that both Camille and I just made, it was like flies could have gotten into our mouth.
It was wild to see them cut open Mr. Digby's cast.
Mr.
Mr. Digby's cast, and go like, oh, those are maggots, actual maggots, if I am to believe this article I heard or read.
It was an interview with Catherine Lanassa, and she said she does not like maggots.
See, I didn't even consider that there might be maggots in this cast. I was just like, yay, he's getting his cast off. And then they opened it up, and I was like, oh, there's living rice in there.
The second he was like, oh, it's like really, like, I've had this cast on, I don't know how long I've had it, but it's always really itchy. I'm like, oh, suspicious.
Nope. Did not even cross my mind. I was like, just absolutely blindsided by the maggots. And
So Emma, well, like rewinding like 30 seconds here, I love that Emma elbow taps with Mohan because I was like, oh, she absolutely was in nursing school during COVID. Like
yeah.
you could tell. I think it was the first time we've ever seen that. And I picked up on that and I was like, got it.
Mm.
Yep,
It,
got
it, it, it was a
it.
cute little moment, and Mohan like instantly adjusted. Like you saw that she was like rubbing her hands with a hand sanitizer. She's like, "Oh, okay, boop, elbows."
So I loved also the camera angle so that we could see what Mohan was doing, but also Emma's face at the same time. I love those creative angles like that. Like, I just think that's great.
I just think they're neat.
Now, Dana and Mohan aren't surprised at all, but I love watching Dana like take this nursing grad under her wing because Dana has like she teaches all these doctors and she comforts and cares for all these doctors. This is the first time we've seen her with someone who is her equivalent on the
Mm.
totem pole.
Oh, and she's great.
And she's doing fantastic. She's not judgmental because Mohan is like, I need the cast. And Dana's like, here you go, here's a barf bag. You know? Like Dana's like, been there, done that. And
Mm.
I'm obsessed. I love it. I love it. I love this. I love Dana. I love this for her.
Baby's first maggot infested cast.
Yeah.
We're back with a dislocated arm. We love strong, powerful women. McKay and Santos are using brute strength to try and like reduce the dislocation. Not working.
It would be much better if it was working, though. I would be like, yay, girl power.
Dr. Al is like, oh, it's not working. We need to send him to the OR. And Garcia pops off and she's like, I am the OR.
Girl power. Girl power.
I loved that line. Oh my God. I love that line. Also, what? Writers of the Pit. What? Robbie the man has to be the one that has the answer? Ugh. No, I'm kidding. But I'm joking.
I'm joking.
I'm joking. I know that following like typical tropes here, like Dr. Al is supposed to be our villain this season. I'm not getting that. Am I annoyed with her? Absolutely. Am I a little frustrated? Absolutely. But she's not, I'm not saying villain.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think she's the villain. I think the US healthcare system is the villain. Like, that's kind of our overarching villain.
I think it's like she's not the guy in the chair like stroking a white cat menacingly. She's like one of the henchmen.
She's just like, she just comes off as so out of touch. Like,
She's just frustrating.
I mean, it's like so many bosses that I've had who have no idea what it's like to be actually doing the work because they've been, in their administrative position for, many, many years and like haven't done my job in 20 years. Like they don't know what it's like.
No.
So like I'm like there's parts of her that I'm like you remind me of people that I know and I don't like that. But also I'm like I don't think that she is a villain. Like I don't hate her as a person. I'm just like she's out of touch.
I just noticed that like on social media, people were giving her a really hard time. They're like, I fucking hate this bitch. And I was like, whoa.
Whoa.
I did not have that reaction.
Neither did I.
Yeah, that's a little intense.
I love how they reduced this dislocation successfully by having like Mel essentially put her hand under some thingy movie whopper in the arm.
And push it up. Once they start to pull, she pushes it up. Yeah.
And Mel then is like, well, I guess you guys don't need me anymore. And you wrote in the notes, Robbie picks up on her being the department Eeyore today, which I need somebody to draw fan art of Eeyore with Dr. Mel King's like vibes, her aesthetics on him. Please and
with her
thank you.
stethoscope.
The stethoscope, the glasses.
If you're an artist listening, there you go. There's some inspo for you. You can draw that and send it to us, and we'll
we
post
will commission you.
I'm broke, man.
I will commission you.
I wondered this last episode. I kind of wish I had said it last episode, but we did go really long last episode. So I will say it now. I think this is the family from last season. Flynn, the kid with measles. I feel like his family is the one suing. But in my head, I'm thinking, but like they had consent. So like, did the parents get divorced and now the mom is suing? Like what's happening? You know?
It could be a custody battle, maybe perhaps. And she's using the husband not agreeing with her medically about how to take care of their children as like grounds for it.
Who knows?
Ooh.
Do we think this is even someone that we know?
I feel like because it is a TV show, yes.
Mhm.
Could you imagine if you got sued your very first shift?
This is sort of the vibe of a season to season show where they're like, "Oh, remember that character from last time? They're back." And you can't really do that with a hospital-based show because the idea, especially an ER-based show, which is
I hope I never see you again.
hope I never see you again. That's like
Yeah.
the whole vibe. Louis is sort of the exception, not
Mhm.
because he's like he gets special privileges, but because Louis is a tragic case, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Robbie says that the average ER doctor catches a medical malpractice case once every 7 years, and that 90% of the time they rule in the doctor's favor. And like he's trying to comfort Mel. And then he says he's been sued 4 times, and he's like, "Dr. Al?" And she's never been sued.
Yeah, that really, like, took the wind right out of his sails.
Oh, yeah. But did you clock that Mel immediately starts humming to self-soothe?
Yeah.
And I don't think it was subtitled.
Back to Sister Grace, Mohan Javadi. Mohan validates that Sister Grace's nunhood is, a calling, which is nice. Javadi has to break the news to her where she's like, well, we ran tests. We think it's an infection. We think it's gonorrhea.
Yeah, she really dances around the actual diagnosis there.
Because it's a nun, and like I think she's trying to be
Okay, but,
respectful.
like, I guess I don't know any nuns, like, personally, but, like, all the Catholics I know are a little crazy, like,
All the Catholics are cat licking.
yeah, not in, like, I mean, I'm just like, the Catholics that I know, like, they love to drink, and they love to I'm like, the Catholics are doing it right, like, Jesus drank, it's cool. Anyway.
I love how Sister Grace is like, I know what gonorrhea is. I'm a nun, not a numbskull. I'm like, damn, that is like the most she's cursed in her entire nunship. I think
Yeah.
there's an actual word for being a nun that someone can correct me with.
Sisterhood?
Sisterhood, that's what it is, I think. Yeah. Sure. Her I almost said Holy Communion. I'm like, that's not it.
You can tell that we are not Catholic. Essentially, the story is that she volunteers at an unhoused shelter. I do like that she uses that terminology. And so she likely came into contact with the bacteria there because she, does laundry. She's, dealing with soiled clothes and all that stuff. And she doesn't wear gloves because they are not always available. So,
Which is, ooh, especially in a like post COVID, like I remember
mhm.
when COVID was happening, my mom and I would be like, "Okay, we need gloves to, like, go to the supermarket and stuff like that," and we'd, like, almost never find gloves.
Yeah. What a time that was.
What a time that was. I'm sure all of us who are just sort of like, "Ah, fuck it, we ball," have, severe anxiety and PTSD probably. But moving on.
Not to be like, she has to know every unhoused person in Pittsburgh, but do we think that she knows Mr. Digby?
It would be not funny, but it would be like they pass by each other and Mr. Digby is like, "Sister Grace, how are you?"
Plot twist. She got the gonorrhea from Mr. Digby.
No.
Oh.
Not don't be gross. Don't be gross.
I want everyone to be connected. I want things to be like, that's why I sort of hope that Mel is getting sued by somebody that we know, just because it's like, I want things to connect in a way that they don't in real life, just because this is a TV show.
Whitaker, Ogilvy, and Kwan are speaking with Evelyn Bostick, and they're telling her about her husband's death, and she does not handle it well.
I wonder if this is what they're gonna do with Whitaker this season, where periodically throughout the first 6 hours or whatever, he has to be the one to tell her that her husband's dead, and he has to go with her through all the emotions again and again and again. And this is gonna be this season's version of like liquids getting spilled on him.
Oh no, this is worse. This is worse.
Kudos to Whitaker. He is incredibly empathetic and kind. Like, he
Yeah,
does a
he's
lot better
very
this
sweet here.
time. He's clearly had to tell people this a lot now.
Yeah.
He's clearly learned how to handle this.
My thing is because I feel like it's definitely something that I've heard from people who've worked in caring and like nursing homes and stuff like that,
Mm.
is that like for a dementia patient or an Alzheimer's patient,
You kind of just play along.
you kind of just play
Yeah.
along. You don't tell them like, "Oh yeah, your husband died." You just sort of go like, "Oh yeah, Ethan. Oh, he's out getting milk. He'll be back soon."
Mm.
Sorry, their names are Ethan and Evelyn. That's kind of cutesy.
Oh, Ethan went to pick blueberries with Jesus. He's on a work trip.
Moving on from that, I also was wondering about the dementia thing because I was like, I don't know that it is helpful or kind to her to like explain this to her multiple times and like make her go through this grief over and over and over. And I don't think it's kind to Whitaker either.
I also don't think that it's like his place as a doctor to do this. I definitely think that this is the social worker's job more so,
Yeah.
in a way. I don't know. Or a relative.
The other thing that I've seen in a lot of other shows, I don't know if this is actually true or not, someone who works in an ER or someone who works in a hospital in general can confirm this, is that from what I've seen, interns usually are the ones to have to like break news that like, oh, your husband died during surgery or something like that. Cause it's like something akin to a hazing ritual.
Ooh, I would hope not. Because if an intern was the one to come and tell me that, I'd be like, fuck you, where's your boss? Liar. Bitch ass, punk ass. You didn't even know how to check a pulse, you bitch. Anyway,
Camille, do you have some?
I don't even have a husband, but try to tell me he's dead, and we're gonna. So, social worker Dylan is here, and they would like to talk to mom's girlfriend. Robbie still seems annoyed that Dr. L is breathing.
Yeah.
Mohan brings baby's test results. Everything seems fine so far. Robert, I did put in the notes. Do you want to share Mac's theory? You want to share Mac? Sorry. Do you?
Would you like to share Mac? Camille's looking for a husband, so
can I have yours? Robert, did you want to share Mac's theory?
Mac's theory is that the lady who we think is deaf in chairs isn't actually deaf. She's just really overwhelmed because she's the one who abandoned the baby. He's like, his reasoning was if they wanted to go for full deafness, it would be pure silence, not like the kind of ear ringing we hear when we're on her POV. So that's his theory. Whether or not it's true, we'll find out. But
there was ear ringing?
There was, if you listen closely, it's not completely mute. You can kind of hear very, very faintly echoey with a little bit of ringing what everyone's saying around her. It's very faint, almost silent.
I totally thought it was silent. Perhaps I'm not watching these episodes loud enough.
So, Robbie wants to avoid the trauma of a catheter for the baby. I love that. This is the first thing that Robbie has done this season so far that I've been like, go off. I love that. Thank you. I like catheters are not fun. The only time that in my like memory that I like remember having one was in 2016 when I had a valve replaced in my heart, and they like when my doctor came in to check on me afterwards, he was like, she still has a catheter in, and they were like, yes, it's time to take it out 30 minutes ago, and he was like, take it out then. I could tell there was some tension, but he was like, so take it out. And so they did. And then I had the hardest time. And like TMI, but also this is a medical podcast. Well, it's not really a medical podcast.
This is tangentially a medical podcast.
Well, I'm a medical professional, not. But I had so hard of a time peeing afterwards because your brain, when you have a catheter in, eventually your brain is like, well, I don't have to send signals about needing to pee anymore. So then they take the catheter out and you have to pee so bad, but your body is like, nah, we're good. And I'm like, no, but I'm literally in pain. Like, I really need to pee. And your brain's like, nah, we're good. And I'm like, what? And they won't let you leave until you pee.
That's really weird.
Oh my God, it took me all night. It was awful. Absolute nightmare. I was getting up and going to the back and forth to the bathroom constantly, just trying to pee so that I could go home. And it just was not happening. So like, good on Robbie for not wanting to do that to baby. I appreciated that a lot. Mr. Williams comes through. He's going to get a CT, but also like his affect has again completely changed.
This man is going to play a different character every time we see him, and I kind of love that. And I was wondering about the casting process because I was like, how do you cast someone to play sort of a minor role?
You put your hand in front of their face and then you drop it and they make a face and you put your hand back up and then you drop it.
And then they make a different face? Yeah. Yeah. How many faces can you make, Mr. Williams? We're very interested to know.
Yeah, he's very genial now.
We cut back to Mel with the skateboard guy. He's annoying, but
I hate him.
Don't flirt with the doctor or nurse or whatever giving you care if you're in an ER. It's not the time. It's not the place.
Let women work.
She's at work. Yeah.
But he's like, what do you like to do for fun? And Mel's like, well, I like to do what my sister likes to do usually. And he's like, no. What do you like to do? Not your sister, you. How do you like to spend your time?
It's so insightful. It's such a big, insightful pause of like, Mel, what do you like, hun?
Yeah. It made me so sad for her.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it was like, you don't even know what you like because your whole life is caring for your sister. And like, obviously, she loves her sister and like doesn't want to not do that. But like, oh, I was just like, she doesn't even know what her own interests are.
She, like, really thinks about it, and she's like, "You know what? I used to like going to the Ren Fair." And he immediately shoots that down because, he's a toxic asshole man. He's like, "Oh, isn't that silly, like, pretending to dress up around other people?" She's like, "Yeah,
Yeah. Okay. Sorry. You're flirting with her, and then you're like, what do you like to do? And then she tells you, and you immediately like
He's
belittle
like,
her interests.
boo.
What's wrong with you?
And she again, she doesn't realize she's being flirted with. She also doesn't realize that like a man is being difficult and shitty with her. So she's like, "Yeah, no, I like it because it gives you a chance to be someone you're not. It's very fun. My alter ego is like a 17th century French woman." I'm just imagining like a long red dress. I don't know why. That's the first thing I imagine when I
Because
think
she
of
would
like,
look great in red.
hmm.
Ho ho ho, oui oui oui. Omelette du fromage.
I love this for her. I hope that the season ends with her going to the Ren Fair.
It won't.
Okay, but I can hope, Camille.
Sorry. We do have, okay, so there's our Ren Fair, our local Ren Fair happens at this place called Castle Gwyn, and it's like an actual just random ass castle. And this man, I think the origin story is that it was like an architecture project, like for school. And then he was like, I'm gonna actually build it. And he did. And so like when you're driving down the highway, it's just like all of a sudden you see like this spire and you're like, huh? It's beautiful. And that's where the Ren Fair is every year, which is
Fantastic.
awesome. I've never been.
Maybe Robbie goes off on his motorcycle trip and Mel also goes off on a little find yourself journey to the nearest Ren Fair.
I need everyone on social media who's like headcanoning, like, oh, Robbie isn't actually going on a trip. He's just like saying goodbye, everyone. This ship, then he's gonna go commit suicide. I need everyone to fucking chill out. I read an AU comic today that someone drew that was essentially Robbie leaving Abbott a letter in his locker with his stethoscope, and it's just fucking Ho'oponopono. I love you. I'm sorry.
Awful.
I forgive you. Please forgive me.
No, some people online, I'm like, are you okay? Is there any joy in your life? Because why do you want this?
I mean, I also kind of want it just because I love when shows get dark.
Robert, is there any joy in your life? Why do you want this?
Because I want to feel something, man. I want to feel extreme sadness. No,
Read the long game.
I feel the same way, but I'm like, I don't want the sadness to actually be real. Like,
It's why she hasn't read the plane crash fic.
I have. I
Oh,
fully
you
did.
did?
I
Oops.
fully did. No, that's kind of what I was referencing here. I will read the saddest fan fiction when I need a good cry, but I don't want it to happen in like the canon media. Like,
Yeah, no.
I want a happy ending in the actual media, but then
Mhm.
online, like if you want to put these characters in situations and you want to fuck them up, I say go for it. Stick them in a jar and shake them around like a little bug. Like, I love it.
What is wrong with you? Don't do that to any living creature. Jesus fucking Christ. Okay.
now somebody
So
shrink Mal and
anyway.
put her in a jar and then shake her around.
Oh my God. Hudson reads a tweet and he's like, Ilya Rozanov, you are so precious to me. I want to shrink you and put you in my pocket and carry you around. And Connor goes, why you gotta shrink me to swallow me? And Hudson goes, it's big. I would know.
Speaking of how assholey this asshole is, cops show up and he runs, bolts, knocks Mel over, who falls and smacks her head on the ground. This was something that was talked about, I think, either in an interview or just like a general knowledge kind of thing that was shared around. I thought this would have happened later in the season. I didn't realize we were gonna
Yeah.
get it like right now.
Oh no, this is gonna be the whole shift for her.
Concussion.
So Jesse, Mohan, Robbie, and Dr. Al are back with Baby, and they're using something called QuickWee, which I Googled because I was like, what is this? And I'm nosy. And the research shows
You're stealing Robbie's joke. That's not your joke. That's Robbie's joke. Can't let you get too big for your britches.
fuck off. So it shows that it's a good way to stimulate urination for collecting a clean urine sample, especially in infants under a year old. And apparently, apparently urine samples are referred to, like for infants, are referred to as liquid gold. And so it was Dr. Jonathan Kaufman of the Royal Children's Hospital in Melbourne, who realized that when he was like cleaning the skin of infants to prepare them for catheters, that it was triggering them to pee. And so he was like, ooh. And he was a trainee and he was working the night shift at the time. Good. Like, why you're not supposed to catch it. Because, like, who wants to be like, and I'm peeing, and okay, now I'm going to stick the cup under, like, ew.
Yeah.
I don't have gloves. They don't give you gloves when they give you the cup. They're just like, it's your own piss. Fuck off. So,
yeah, but that doesn't mean I want to touch it.
Yeah. So,
they're like, you've been doing this all your life. You got to be good at it by now. And then they meet Johnny Misstream, who keeps pissing everywhere except the toilet.
What the fuck? So,
what are you talking about?
I have no idea. So
Johnny Misstream, my alter ego. That's what I'm gonna go with Halloween this time.
That's what you're going to the Ren Fair as? Just pissing everywhere.
Robert, are you telling us that you're bad at pissing and cannot aim?
Wait.
Is that what you're saying on God's internet?
I'll figure out if I want to cut this out or not. Have I told you about the drunkest I ever got?
No.
So this was like beginning of COVID. I was not doing great, TM. And so I bought Everclear.
Oh, no good story ever starts with Everclear. Well, actually, a good story starts with Everclear. A good night does not.
No. And I went to a friend's house. This was a moment where like all of us had social distance. We had all tested beforehand. We were going to celebrate Halloween 2020 together. I had like 10 shots of Everclear. And then after my 10th shot, I didn't remember anything. And I had to be told the next day that I was very difficult when it was time to get an Uber home. I wouldn't get my home. I wouldn't get my phone. I wouldn't get my phone. I collapsed in front of the parents of the host. Just like, they saw me. They're like, hi, Robert. Collapse.
Practicing your dead drop.
I had gone to the bathroom and completely missed the toilet.
I don't think I've ever done that.
Oh my God, Robert.
Hey, so another funny story is that I was really sleep deprived driving back to Jersey. I was hallucinating. It's so funny.
No, I hate that story. That story is not funny. That story stresses me out.
You can keep this story. I'm going to tell you, okay, as a child, okay, we were all children. It's fine. Everyone calm down. I played this game. I don't know how this started. It was called Pee-Pee Monster.
What the fuck?
Wait, it gets better. The whole game was all the boys, like my godbrothers and I have 4 brothers and 4 godbrothers, okay? I would, deadass, chase these boys around the house and they would scream and I would pretend like I was peeing on them.
That's honestly not that weird. It is a kid's
I would
story.
run around going, the game was called Pee-Pee Monster.
That's not even that bad.
That's like the imagination. Yeah, me getting drunk off Everclear and pissing on someone's floor is worse.
But I just love, I'm like, what? Okay, homeschooled. Like, what? Oh my God. The Pee-Pee Monster. So, yeah. But also what you could call, your star player on the power play is your Pee-Pee Monster.
Where the fuck are we in this episode?
I don't know. So anyway.
We're having a time.
Don't mention piss to us. We will derail.
This is the Piss Crew. So we're going to have to get our art done.
No
It's
piss
a
girl.
yellow circle. The Piss Crew. Oh, God. Okay. So the reason why the first bit of pee that comes out is not clean is because it flushes like bacteria and like dead skin cells and stuff from like your genitals and your urethra. So it's not like clean. It's contaminated with whatever's down there. And then once you're midstream, then that's clean. So that's why you do that. So if anybody else was curious like me, there you go. There's your answer. I thought it was very funny that Dr. Robbie makes a joke about Dr. L's catching skills.
He says he was thinking about inviting her to the softball league, but now is changing his mind. And this was very important to me as someone who is in a softball league. And I was like, I want to think about who would play what position in a softball team. I don't think I have a good answer, but
You gotta think about it the way that Camille thinks about, like, comparing Heated Rivalry and Pit Crew characters.
Yeah.
Like, that like, you gotta think about it and be like, "Oh,
What's gonna make Mal the angriest?
I mean, I feel like Santos would like to pitch because pitchers have a lot of pressure.
I think she's a catcher."
Eh,
The Pit does actually have a softball league, by the way. So you could look that up and
like
see.
the show, the
Yeah, the
actors,
actors and the cast and the crew. Yeah, everybody. Well, the actors and the cast and the crew have a softball league. So,
whoa, the
um,
actors and the cast.
shut the fuck up. So they are going to call the police for the baby, and then she vomits on Robbie. And my note here is, "Good job, kid."
You being a Robbie hater is like kind of bumming me out because
It's my bit for the season.
I know, but I'm like, oh,
Apparently,
because I want to like him. I want to continue to like him.
a white man can't relate. No, I'm kidding. So Langdon mispronounces Dr. Al's name, which I did not like. But she's heard all about Langdon, and he's starting to kind of realize that like his business is everybody's, like everybody knows. They've all been talking. And he brings in a special needs patient, Linda Stevens. And I just wanted to highlight that intimacy coordinators are also on set for special needs actors and like anyone else who may be especially vulnerable. So elderly, children, things like that. So like the Pit does have an intimacy coordinator who is around specifically for scenes with actors with disabilities and special needs. They are there for more than just sex. I think we talked about that last season. They do wonderful job with sex scenes and intimate scenes and things like that, but they are also much more than that. And Dr. Al uses an AI powered dictation software. Plenty of doctors use this. Plenty of doctors use this. Mine do. Even if I go to a local walk in clinic. Mal, you were with me. I had to go
Yeah.
get a stitch out. And she walked in and said, "Do you mind if I record this? I have a software that's going to record. Do you mind?" And you can say no.
That's my thing with generative AI, which is when it's like things that are like, "Oh, this AI will, like, copy all it'll hear the entire meeting and copy all of it down into notes you can digest or whatever." I'm like, "Fine, that makes life a little easier for people in certain careers." When it's like, "Oh, AI can generate fully naked people without their consent," I'm like, "That's the problem."
Minors?
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck you, Brock.
There's a huge fucking thing right now with all these AI. I think it's, yeah, Grok. Grok is the one
Specifically Brock.
that's like generating photos of minors in compromising positions or like less clothing. And
Mhm.
people are like, "Grok, what the fuck?" And Grok is apparently not supposed to be like able to do that per Grok question mark.
Before AI programs, there are dictation softwares. As someone who works in IT, I am very familiar with working with these softwares. Dragon, naturally speaking, is used by physicians, by attorneys, by people with disabilities who cannot type. They use Dragon, and you speak into a microphone and it dictates. There are different versions, so there's like a legal version of Dragon, and so it knows like the vocabulary for legal speak, and so it understands. So this would be something you would want, like a medical package of Dragon or a version of Dragon. So Langdon comes over to Mel and gets the skinny, the scoop, okay? And then he's like, "We need to find her a room and prep for a burr hole." And she's like, "What?" And the look on his face, just the very subtle, like, "Teasing you." I'm like, oh my God, I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed.
She's like, "Oh yeah, I forgot you like to make jokes, Captain Scurvy."
Captain Scurvy.
When they ask like what, he's like, "Oh, it's an inside thing." I was like, ah, they have inside
I
jokes.
love Mel having an inside joke with somebody. I love Mel having like a person.
Yeah, Mel has a buddy, and he's back.
Robert, you were talking about wanting to do like patient passport. Like, what's your favorite moment of the episode? Like, for me, again, I'm sorry that it's another Langdon and Mel moment, but like, it is. It's this interaction between the two of them. I loved it. I loved that, like, yeah, it's a very wholesome moment.
Speaking of wholesome moments, we cut back to McKay and Robbie walking around, and we get introduced to Nurse Noelle Hastings, and the
They're fucking.
atmosphere, 100%, the atmosphere between
Yeah, it's
Robbie
not
and
wholesome.
Noelle, I'm like, "Oh,
There
they're
are some
fucking."
holes, but it's not wholesome. They're
Wholesome.
fucking.
It's oh god, I think it's officially confirmed. There's some boyfriend girlfriend dating fucking who fucking they are actually like intimate together. I think it's been confirmed by someone.
It seemed the episode confirmed it. Like when she was like, "Oh, did you tell anyone?" And he was like, "Well, they
He says that McKay is specifically
Yeah.
empathetic and like she picks up on things, which is a callback to last season. She talks about how he's good at picking up on those sorts of things. And so now it's kind of flipped. Which actually, when you think about it, kudos to Robbie. Last season, he gave her a lot of shit. And this season, he is saying she does pick up on things. Maybe a little growth there, maybe not. We'll see. You know, we'll give that some time to breathe. But McKay is like in a drought, so she clocks this shit immediately. She's like, somebody's wet. It's not me, but
Someone is.
She like sniffs the air and she's like, someone's wet.
It's her sixth sense. So
I hate both of you.
please
Actually,
don't cut that. That was amazing. So Nurse Hastings is a case manager. I'm sorry, I have another unhinged thought. I literally, like, as I was watching all of this unfold, my brain, I was like, it's July. Like, this ain't ass eating season. What are we doing? Like,
why can't you eat ass in July?
it's hot. It's sweaty. Yuck. Yuck. Mr. Billings is being transferred to another hospital for surgery because of Billings issues. His insurance will not cover it at the Pitt, but they will cover it. Well, not at the Pitt, at Pittsburgh Trauma Medical Center, but they will cover it at a different hospital. So they're going to transfer him. I mean, fine. That, by the way, Mr. Billings is the one who has the shoulder dislocation. Now, fine in that I'm like, okay, like at least we don't want the patient to get stuck with a massive bill that his insurance isn't going to do anything. But also, we can tell that like Nurse Hastings is like, yeah, our hospital's not going to get paid. So this is my villain. A woman. Shocker. No.
Camille, do you hate women? Do we need to talk about that?
I hate me. And
Oh.
I'm a woman.
Oh, no.
Robbie is like super agreeable with this whole thing, which like last season, or like if anybody else presented this, he'd be like, this is fucking ridiculous. He would be on McKay's side, but also he's sleeping with this woman, so he's super agreeable.
Yeah.
And he's like, this is totally chill. And I'm like, Robbie, I swear to God. But yeah, no, Robbie says that McKay picks up on things. So Dana and Hastings clearly don't like each other, like at all.
Yeah.
Hastings said that she says she's a big girl, and Dana says, okay, big girl, when she walks away. So Langdon is checking over Mel. I called it. I knew this was going to happen. I'm very proud of myself.
Ding, ding, ding. That's a Camille was right ding for everyone who's tracking along.
Listeners can't see the eyebrows that I'm making right now, but it was
she's
good.
waggling them.
Waggling. So I just realized that Mel's wearing the same earrings that she did last season, the little horseshoes, but also like they're turned the wrong direction.
Okay, but like I'm also wearing the same earrings I was last season because I never take my earrings off. So
if you don't know, yeah, horseshoes are not supposed to be like, they're not supposed to be like, well, I guess they're not horseshoes, are they? They're rainbows or something. I don't know. Either way, horseshoes are not supposed to be in the shape like a rainbow. That's upside down. You're supposed to turn it so that like
So
it's
it's a
open
U.
at the top. Right. Because if it's the other way around, all your luck comes out the ends. So you have to have it turned like a U so that your luck doesn't come out. So Langdon tells Mel about his addiction. He apologizes. And the quote is, "You never let me down." And he says, yeah, I did. I love this moment.
Mm-hmm.
This is a very vulnerable moment of, I think Langdon's getting to be very honest. And Mel is like, you didn't let me down. And he's like, no, I did though. And I love that. I love that he's advocating for her instead of being like, thanks. He's like, no, I did. It should have been a good example to you instead of a cautionary tale. And I loved that. Much better than his moment with Louis. I know a lot of people, the reaction online has not been great to that scene from episode 1. But we find out that the guy robbed a liquor store and he escaped on a bike, but then he crashed. And the for some reason the cops start talking about, well, you Dr. King, you may need to be a material witness and blah 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 blah. And she starts like panicking, like she's like uncomfortable. She's literally like collapsing in on herself.
She's so me. Like, I had a recurring dream in high school that I was, like, wrongly accused of a crime that I didn't commit, but I was having to defend myself in court, and they just, like, kept fabricating evidence, and all I could say was, like, "It's not true, it's not true," but, like, they just kept saying that I did it, and it, this was recurring. Like, this was my greatest fear for a long time.
That's how a lot of police interviews go.
Yeah, like, I was going to be accused of a crime that I didn't commit, and so I, like, do not trust the US judicial system, clearly.
If you're innocent, get a lawyer.
One of the funniest things I've seen, which is like, listen, there's a valid fear in it, is people are like, "Oh my god, AI videos are getting so good, they're gonna use them to frame people." I'm like,
Mhm.
AI videos would be yeah, sure, they might look real as fuck, but, like, there's so much process into getting them to look a certain way and to get them processed into a court of law as viable evidence and blah, blah, blah. It would just be much easier to do the usual shit they've been doing, which is planting evidence.
I'm like, "Oh, I'm sorry, officer. Which finger did I use to poke him in the eye? My 7th?
Mm.
My 3rd pinky? The fuck?" But she's freaking out and she's getting overwhelmed, and this moment, Langdon shoos the police officers out. He goes to close the door. He turns off the lights. He tells Mel to rest for 10 minutes. And he says, the ER can be a little bright and noisy. And he closes the door. It's exactly what she said to Terrence in season 1, where Langdon, and then they have the conversation about Mel's sister on Becca on the spectrum and how Mel picked up on it. And I'm like, yes, I knew it. I knew it. He's picking up on the fact that Mel is neurodivergent. I knew it. Nobody else is like grasping this. Langdon, and I said this last season, he is picking up on the fact that she's neurodivergent.
I also saw this and I went, am I gonna have to ship this? Because I don't want to, but like this was really, really sweet. And I did see something and I didn't have time to go back and like verify if it was true, but I saw an article that was like continuity error in the first episode of The Pit. And it was like apparently Langdon had a wedding ring on in a scene and then like didn't have it on in the next scene. And so it's like, if he's not married anymore, maybe.
Flick the hair behind the head, be like, Langdon and Mel."
Toss, toss. I'm gonna keep an eye on that. When he comes in, when he's in chairs, he does have a ring on. I watched again, like frame by frame, he has a ring on, but when he goes to his locker, there's no ring. And then when he comes out in scrubs, he's wearing a ring again. So I'm wondering, is he divorced or separated and he's keeping this from everyone because he doesn't want to come in and be like, my whole life went to shit? Or was that just, but I found it hard to believe that they'd make an error like that. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Especially being that, like, the camera is to his left and he's using his, like, we see his left hand repeatedly. How would they not notice that he wasn't wearing his ring? So we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, good point.
It's interesting that the camera focuses on Dr. Al's phone, and I wondered if we're highlighting the software or if we're highlighting the fact that she has had 3 med students and an intern off to the side doing like a totally average intake on a patient for over 7 minutes, or both.
Just because she wants to show off her fancy AI, ooh.
Mm.
Except it's not so fancy because it gets like 2 things wrong, but they're really minor or but they're really major things that they got wrong.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah, Whitaker catches a mistake in the dictation. It's noted that she takes an antipsychotic, but she doesn't. She takes something very similar that's a sleep med. And it's like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that's not great.
Here's my prediction. Ogilvy, because Dr. Al's like, well, they're minor issues and you've got to do your due diligence and, proofread everything. My prediction is that Ogilvy's not going to do his due diligence. Something's going to happen with his charting and he's going to fuck up big time.
Mm.
I am praying for this man's downfall.
Yeah, absolutely.
I cannot explain why I hate him so bad. Like I just he gets
And he
on my nerves.
speaks Farsi.
Ugh, suck up. I hated everything about that, by the way.
The whole interaction
The
is
whole
so
like,
gross.
"Oh, you speak Farsi enough to break the ice." Why are you flirting?
Why are
Disgusting.
you flirting? Exactly. I'm like, I'm sorry, if you can't impress a woman at work with your work ethic alone, then you don't need to flirt. You need to get better at your job. What's not clicking?
One point that Joy gets from me in the like positive column is that when Dr. Al is like, "Oh, I'm impressed," she goes, "Me too, that you had friends." I'm like, "Get his ass." 'Cause yeah,
Absolutely.
this is not a man who seems like he has any friends.
Yeah, I hate it. So he says thank you to her in Farsi, and she says you're welcome. Which, by the way, thank you for what? Fuck off. So Dylan has tried to talk. Dylan is our social worker. A reminder has tried to talk to Evelyn Bostick, but they said that she only wants to talk to a doctor and she needs a diaper change. And kudos to Whitaker for being like, Ogilvy, diaper change. Let's go. You're with me. She doesn't remember Whitaker. And so now she needs to be told again that her husband is dead. And she has another very similar reaction. It's not good. Robbie and Santos and Perla are talking to Kylie. And they're asking what seem like very surface level questions, but they're actually like questions that would give a lot of insight. Like the answers to these questions can give a lot of insight. You have to be very, very intentional and specific with your questions when you are talking with children, but also keep it at a level where you are not leading, right? So we're talking about horseback riding. Have you ever fallen off? Like, I'm wondering if she's being bullied by somebody. If it's not dad, is she just being bullied by somebody? Or does she have a medical condition that is causing these small injuries to be much worse than they are? I don't know.
Also true. Could be totally innocent. Things happen.
Yeah, it could be innocuous. So I Santos says something about how little girls are definitely as tough as little boys. I think little girls are tougher than little boys because we are supposed to be socially, supposed to be emotional, but also we are held to the same standard, higher standards when it comes to our work and everything that we do. And so I think that little girls are tougher than little boys because we're also supposed to be emotionally intelligent as well as intelligent. And so
Yeah, we ask a lot. We ask a lot of little girls. We do.
yeah. And they need to do a visual exam of her genitalia. And Santos says that she can do it. And there is this moment of we are hinting at Santos's abuse again. Because
Mhm.
very much again, if you haven't listened to our previous episodes or you didn't listen to them all the way through, whatever, Issa in an interview said that Santos's backstory basically is that she was a gymnast and it was very much like a Larry Nassar situation, sexual abuse by a coach. So this very much is something similar to that. So I think that she's having this moment of like, here we go. I mean, it can't be anything totally chill to have to do a visual exam of a child's genitalia. But they need to know, this urine specimen, is it contaminated because she's bleeding there or is she bleeding
Right.
internally and it came out bloody?
Right.
Whitaker is teaching Quan and Ogilvy about, the tap, basically, the beer tap that they're doing on Louis. Didn't we say that Louis had a bottle and a half, like a liter and a half last time?
Something along those lines. And this time we have like four and
At
counting.
least 4 by the end of the episode.
Hmm.
Jesus.
Louis, we love you. Please don't leave us anytime soon.
Oh god. So
Louis.
Robbie sticks his head in and then Ogilvy suddenly decides to like launch Whitaker under the bus and be like, yes, he did tell us that. However, he failed to mention and like unzips his pants and then starts swinging his dick. And I'm like, whoa, put it back. We see a penis in this episode. We
Yeah, we don't
see
need
this.
another.
We already have one. So anyway, Javadi wants to know about what it's like to be an actual doctor. And so at least we know that Whitaker is an actual doctor. Okay. We can confirm he is an actual doctor. He's on the payroll as a doctor. He's going to get a paycheck.
Is he gonna start paying Santos rent?
He's been serving looks.
And using other people's toothbrushes?
So he's been on the payroll as a doctor for a week now. Joy is peculiar and Ogilvy is really smart and likes to show people. Santos then says that he's Javadi's competition and that he's gunning for her residency, basically.
Which subtly comes true really after this is said, because this was not set up at all in episode 1. This feels like a kind of thing you set up in episode 1, like, oh, it's Javadi and James fighting it out. Ooh, who's going to get the residency? Ooh.
But I will say, I mean, again, like going hour by hour, not everything has to get set up initially. Because, like, that was only 1 hour. They barely spent any time together, right?
Yeah,
So,
you never have conflicts that come up in your second hour of work. You always like establish everything that's going to go wrong for the day in your first hour of your job.
What's the lyric? Robert walks into work every morning. He's like, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, you're cool. So there's a lot of tension being set up between Santos and Javati this season. Like a lot. And Javati ends up afterwards saying that Huckleberry is a shitty nickname. Thank you.
I mean, it is, but I'm also on Whitaker's side where he's like, "Oh, I thought it's endearing and cute," and it's like,
No. He's like, oh, I thought it was great, and she's like, no, oh, it's cute, and he goes, oh.
I'm such a sucker for a nickname that starts out kind of malicious and then becomes like fond as the characters grow. Yeah, I'm also thinking like Seaweed Brain in Percy Jackson. Like it starts out mean and then as they grow and their relationship develops, like it becomes this
Are
endearing
you trying to
thing.
say
Like I
that
think
Whitaker and Santos are gonna fall in love?
no, I'm not. I'm not. Gross. That's a lesbian, and he is a twink.
They're both lesbians. What the hell?
No, I'm just saying that like I love that like she gave him this nickname because she was like he's this little country boy and now it's like become this endearing thing now that they're like really good friends. Like that's what I'm trying to say.
Langdon comes in and he's very awkward. He's kind of like not sure how to break the ice coming back in. He really has been like knocked down, like from the top locker to the bottom locker.
Langdon's a bottom? Oh no.
They don't call his wife Peg for nothing. That's not her name. Anyway,
I was fully prepared to believe that was his wife's name. I was gonna be like, is that actually her name?
It's Abby.
Oh, right. I knew that.
Maybe that's why people think Camille's right, because Camille occasionally lies with such confidence that you're just like, oh, it has to be true.
Camille, you would just come on the internet and tell lies?
I literally said in season 1, if you have a voice on the internet, you should spread misinformation. I think I said that in episode 1. Langdon picks up on like the awkwardness of the situation, and my second watch through, I realized like Javati, compare her and Whitaker. Like I implore you, go watch this again. Compare her and Whitaker. She is genuinely like trying to, yeah, it's nice that you're back. Whitaker's not even looking at him. Whitaker is crossing his arms, looking away, and then if you watch, Langdon is like everything's chill, it's awkward until he looks at Whitaker and realizes that Whitaker's not looking at him, and that's when he leaves. That's when he says he'll be back in exile on Triage Island with the rest of the addicts.
No one else can make that joke except for Langdon.
Yes, absolutely. So Perla and Princess are planning a surprise party for Javati, and I don't know how I feel about that, to be honest with you. She doesn't want people to know it's her birthday. This feels like more about them than about her, but also I don't know that they know that she didn't want people to know, except I don't know. I'm not crazy about it.
Now, where do we stand on surprise birthday parties? I've come to like my birthday enough and being alive and whatever TM where like if people want to plan me a little surprise party, I wouldn't mind. That'd be cute.
I would love it.
Jotting that down. Actually, no, I can't because we're going to be in London.
That's my surprise party. Surprise. We're going to be in England together.
Surprise. Yes, Robert and I are traveling internationally together now. No, actually, we have separate London trips planned that just happened to kind of overlap.
Mal's running many miles. I'm going to London with my boyfriend to mainly watch Les
Mis. To
Mis.
potentially become not boyfriends anymore?
To break up?
Yeah, we're going to go to Ireland to break up. I'm going to break up with Mac in his sacred ancestral home.
To you. I don't think it's working. Clint Hansen and his cousin Mona are in Pit Crew shirts, and I just wanted to say thank you for representing us. That was very kind. You misspelled it. There's an extra T, but you can fix that next time.
Well, I mean, listen, they poured bacon grease down the sink. That wasn't very smart, and so they can't spell either. It's fine.
My note here is in all caps. Bro, everyone knows not to pour grease down the sink. What the fuck? What the fuck? You let it harden, and then you, like, clean it up and throw it away, or you soak it up with toilet with a paper towel and throw it away. Like what ew, no, God.
But also I think that a lot of people aren't taught life skills. Because I don't know that you can say that like, oh, that's something everyone knows.
I didn't know that you couldn't put eggshells in the disposal.
Yeah, see, I mean,
My bad.
there are things that your parents are supposed to teach you, but not everyone's do.
I
Yeah.
need parents, if you at any point during your kid's life told them a silly story to like get them to brush their teeth or like to go to bed or whatever, check. I don't, and like your kid now is like 18 plus years old. I need you to check in and like tell them, hey, that thing I told you when you were a kid was fake. Because like, yeah, a good chunk of the time they're gonna be like, yeah, mom, yeah, dad, I knew. But you'll get that small sliver of time where your kid's gonna go like, oh, I didn't know that. I had that experience quite
Kids, I'm
recently.
so sorry. I know I told you that you had to brush your teeth or that they would become flaccid, but you're 18 now, and your teeth will never go soft. They are hard by nature.
Unless you die. Anyway,
Ew. They're still
actually,
hard.
yeah,
Hard after death. Rock hard.
I was gonna be something better remain
That's a
hard
band
after I
name.
die.
Rock hard after death.
Nice.
Are you starting a band, Camille?
No.
You should.
Kind of. So
The Pit Crew's a band now, so fun fact.
No, the PITT Crew is the band. The PITT Crew is the podcast.
No, the Piss Crew is the band. The Pit Crew are our groupies who are in the pit.
I'm finna be in the pit.
They finna be in the pit. So pit.
This has been perhaps our least on topic episode
No,
ever.
I think we've done great. We're doing great. We're actually staying on time, which is great. So Orlando Diaz came in by car. He has no intake info. He's unresponsive. He tripped over rebar, but we don't know if he tripped or fainted. And Langdon asked why they didn't call 911, and the person that brought him in says that he told him not to. And my note here is, this man is undocumented. And then my next note is, fuck ICE.
Retweet. Or also just the state of healthcare in this country is horrible and ambulances cost too much also. Probably both.
But if you did not pick up on that, I will explain that to you. This man is undocumented. That is what they're getting at here. Ketones on his breath. I was like, what is that? So I Googled it, and it's like a fruity or like a nail polish remover smell on your breath. And when your body enters ketosis, which is like what you do on like a keto diet, except your body gets used to it and it's like a manageable thing. When your body enters ketosis, it burns fat instead of carbs for fuel. And then you release ketones, which you literally release acetone. So that's why your breath smells like nail polish remover, because that's
Wild.
acetone. Yeah. And so that's like high blood sugar or a keto diet. But from what I was reading, it was saying if you're on a keto diet, you do have like what they call keto breath, but then you get used to it and it goes away. So like your body gets used to the diet and that goes away. So I paused to read this guy in the wheelchair. I paused to read his badge. He rolls up to Whitaker. It says Dr. Caleb Jefferson, emergency medicine. So he is an emergency medicine doctor, just not part of like the main cast. And he wants to talk to Robbie, but Robbie's like, yeah, I don't have time. And this is suspicious. This is weird.
Yeah.
Something's going on here.
Something is off.
Something's off. So Dylan, the social worker, says that they are not suspicious of Gina, which is Kylie's dad's girlfriend, but they say they want to talk to dad. And Santos says that it's suspicious if he doesn't show up. And Dylan is like, whoa, like, let's not jump to conclusions. And then Santos is like, I'm not. And I can see the effort she's making, but she's really struggling not to jump to conclusions. She says that if dad doesn't show up, she'll go find him herself. And then she clarifies that she's kidding. And I'm like, are you though? Because you literally threatened to kill a man 10 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was a little jokey joke. That
Little jokey joke. I'm not going to kill you. I just was telling you while you were, in this bed, intubated
Vulnerable.
and couldn't talk and vulnerable and under my direct supervision that like, maybe you might die and I might not be mad about him.
Santos leaves the room immediately, and all of a sudden you just see a bunch of cameras, you hear a bunch of air horns, you go like, pranked!
It's like, I'm Santos. I give shitty nicknames. I threaten to kill people. It's all jokes. Like,
It's all fun and games.
So now we're in trauma and we have this diabetic patient. It's diabetic ketosis. Oh, sorry. No, it's DKA is diabetic ketoacidosis. My note is, did somebody bring a measuring tape? Because we're having a dick measuring contest, apparently, with Javati and Ogilvy. And it was exhausting to watch. Literally exhausting to watch. Like, I like, not exhausting in that it was bad writing or anything, but I'm just sitting there like, oh my God, here we go. And this is being triggered by the fact that Santos was like, he's here to steal your residency. And so now Javati's super defensive and she's unzipped her pants. And I don't know. But they at one point in this scene, Robbie clocks the shit and basically is like, do you know that we choose our residents not only based on how intelligent they are, but also like being a team player? Like, get your shit together. What is going on?
And then they immediately go to like, oh, she can take it. No, he can take it. It's like, oh my God.
Oh my God, here we go again. They take this guy's blood sugar, and I Googled it. My brother is diabetic, and so I had texted him to see like what his baseline is, and he said he keeps his very under control. And so like resting, he's 90 to 110. So like not when he's just eaten or taken insulin. This guy's at 500.
Yeah, no, that's bad. That's a lot.
Anything over, and I was doing some like research and Googling, anything over 180 from what I found is like immediately consult a doctor. So 500, Jesus Christ. So this man definitely fainted and then tripped over the rebar. We also have a severe respiratory distress coming in, and Dr. Al is going to take this one. And then Mr. Randall comes in, and his jeans have been a little snug for 8 hours.
I thought it was if your erection lasts more than 4 hours, you're supposed to seek medical help.
That is correct.
But maybe he doubled the time because he took double the dose. He was like, it's my 20th wedding anniversary. Boom, boom. Double cheeked up, double
dicked up.
nut up. Like, I don't know.
Dicked up.
Double nutted up. So, and Langdon says, is this a big one? The anniversary.
Yeah, 20 years together. I love the awkwardness Langdon is going through. But Langdon also talking about wedding anniversaries, it does sort of like, oh, if the whole he wore his ring here, or he didn't have his ring when he was coming in, and now he has his ring on, ... What's happening, Langdon?
Yeah, what's going on with Abby? Where's the kids? How's home? I want someone to ask him about home. And I'm like, Robbie should be asking, but no.
Go home, Frank!
I do kind of hope that his wife didn't divorce him over this.
Wow, growth from you.
Abby, dump him. No, I'm like, okay, if you're going to be partners with someone and something like this happens, and, provided that they are not an asshole to you about it and that they work to get help, that feels like something you should support them in, and you should be there for a partner who is going through this, to me. And like, Langdon doesn't give bad enough vibes that I'm like, his wife should divorce him. I don't think.
She's like, listen, the addiction is fine. The fucking puppy, though?
Yeah, no, the puppy, that she can divorce him over. Yeah, no, I don't know. I think, like, I know addiction is, like, it's a hard thing to live with and deal with.
It's an illness.
Yeah, and it's also something that, like, there's so much stigma around, and
I think what you're getting at is that addiction is an illness. You make a vow in sickness and in health. However, you don't ever want that to stand in the way of someone protecting themselves.
Right, yes,
Themselves.
Thank you. That is what I'm trying to say.
I was reading your mind, and I was like, let me help you.
Clown to clown communication, me and Camille.
So Barry Mitchell comes in and he can't breathe, and they tried the Heimlich, I think they said like 4 times, and it's not working. He has no history of asthma, and McKay and Dr. Al want to set up to intubate, but Robbie is like, maybe not. And so there is a shot where McKay is like walking with like a mobile unit in the trauma room, and I just was like struck by the camera work again, because the camera, whoever's holding the camera, is walking backwards, following her, but then Robbie intercepts the shot and comes between the camera and McKay. And I was just like blown away by how great that was. I thought it was beautiful. Dr. Al is supposed to be leading this, but Robbie takes over. And so she's like, you know what? Fine, you handle it. And she leaves. Can't be mad at her about that. But she does tell Robbie that she told him 30 minutes ago that she'd never been sued and she wants to keep it that way. And I'm like, are you going to walk out of every trauma?
Yeah, because you're worried about getting sued? Like, that's not okay.
I mean, maybe her mentality is, if they die, they can't sue me.
The family will.
If they die and I don't touch the body, the family can't sue me.
And so for clarity and for time's sake, we're just going to kind of stick with this patient. It was broccoli that he choked on. And it kind of got twisted in a way that the Heimlich would not remove it, and so they go in and pull it out. They have to like twist it to remove it. But penis, ding ding ding! It's our first penis of the season.
We had man ass last episode. We got dick this episode.
We had man ass last season. We got penis. We got man ass last episode. We got penis this episode.
I hope for Mal's sake we get some boobs next episode.
We're looking out for you, pal.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
We're looking out for you, Mal, our pal.
Or lady butt. And either way. So my note is penis, holy god, penis. That's a big old fat old one.
Good for his wife.
So they literally flush it with saline and remove blood until the boner dies.
Wild. I mean, like, in theory, I knew that it was blood in there that, makes that happen. But, like, I didn't consider that, like, that's how you would
like, what, you just exsanguinate the penis?
Like, that's just crazy. I mean, I saw a meme one time, and I don't know what the original... It was, like, one of those memes where you take, like, characters from a piece of media and you put, like, a tweet or a Tumblr post or whatever on them, whatever. And I can't even... I don't know what the original thing was, but it said, like, congratulations on your disgusting cock full of blood. Now get the hell out of my office. And so, like, that is what I thought of when I was watching this.
I'm like, bring in the dick vampire.
Every hospital needs a dick vampire.
A dick pyre. So McKay asked Dana if the CT results are back on Williams, and she says no. And then she's also like, we also don't have this test back on Kylie, which isn't McKay's patient. And I'm like, and then she says something about, oh, but we did get tests back on baby. And McKay's like, again, not my patient. And I was like, are they trying to tell us something here? Are they hinting at something here?
What would they be hinting? Oh.
I don't know. A little bit of a disorg. It also just like Dana's not like, this is your patient, this isn't your patient. And she's like, just trying to keep you in the loop. And I'm like, okay, but what's happening here? I don't know. Just put a pin in that, because I was like, what? Baby has rhinovirus, which makes sense. I mean, if I had a baby and I found out they were a rhino, I would leave them in the bathroom too.
It's just the common cold. It's just the common cold.
Yeah, it's the virus that it's the most common virus to cause the common cold. Say that 5 times fast. Common.
It's the most common cause of the common cold. It's the most common cause of the common cold. It's the most common cause of the common cold. It's the most common cause of the common cold. It's the most common cause of the common cold.
Kamikaze?
That's pretty good.
Cold. So PEDS wants the baby drug tested and tested for HIV. Basically, that's layman's terms. I'm translating for you. They want the baby drug tested and tested for HIV, but they want that before they'll take her. And Dana says that she's never met a PEDS nurse that isn't a little wacky. And the way that Robbie is looking at her, my note here was Nurse Hastings a PEDS nurse before she became like the bed manager?
That's a good
Put
question.
a pin in that. We'll see. Who knows? Punchy is Dana's new baseline. She'll go right for the eyes and she'll gouge out your eyes.
As she should. She deserves it. I think Dana should get to go apeshit.
According to the police evidence, with her 7th pinky finger, she gouged a man's eyes out. We're cutting back to Louis, and he is struggling with breathing and talking now. And he's kind of loopy.
It's not looking great.
And I'm like, how are you guys not, like, why are they not more concerned about this? We are almost 4 liters out. And again, my note, Louis not going to make it out, is he? Because he's still very large.
Yeah. I'm worried for him. And I know, like, he's kind of doing it to himself with the drinking, and they've told him to stop, but also, like, I like him, and I want him to stick around. Because what are we going to do in season 3 if Louis doesn't come back? Like, we need at least, I mean, I guess we can't say, like, there's not going to be a patient that can, like, come back in this season who was from season 1. But, yeah, I don't know. I'm just...
Speaking of coming back to a patient, we're back to the flagpole. And Mel says that sometimes massaging the shaft helps. And my whole body was just like, no. Oh, no. No, I don't want to.
I'm fine with seeing a penis. I'm just not fine with seeing anyone jork it. You know what I'm saying?
Unless we're watching Heated Rivalry, I don't want to. No.
I don't even really want to see it then, so...
Because Mal's homophobic.
Yeah.
So Dr. Al is very complimentary to Mel, and I really do love it. She's kind of lending her some confidence here. She trusts her work. Her notes are great, and Mel really needed that, and you can tell by her face. And Mrs. Bostic is being led to see her husband by Whitaker. They're going to the viewing room, and she's ready to go home with him. She wants to stop at the grocery store so she can make him a shepherd's pie, but not if it's too hot outside, because she doesn't like to use the oven if it's too hot outside. And it's just heartbreaking because she doesn't realize that he's dead.
No. And I really, again, like I said it earlier, but I really hope it's not the case that it's gonna be Whitaker's thing this season. It's gonna be the fluids on him from last season, where he just has to constantly keep telling Mrs. Bostic. Maybe it's not even just that he has to tell Mrs. Bostic that her husband's dead. Maybe he has to like, Whitaker's gonna have like a very depressing day dealing with a lot of like people in various scenarios similar to Mrs. Bostic, I think. I think that's my final prediction for the rest of the season.
I like going from I hope Louis doesn't die. I kind of hope she does, just because I think it would be kinder.
Mal walks in with a gun and she's like, I'll do it myself. I can't handle this.
Take her out back, old Yeller style.
I'm helping you.
Mrs. Bostic, come here. Your husband's behind this door.
Oh my God.
I mean, but for real, like, why are we kinder to animals who are suffering than we are to people? That's
One of my former foster kittens, he likes to try to get outside when you open the door at his forever home, except for the fact that he's too stupid. So when you open the door, he's on the wrong side. Like, he stands where the hinge of the door is by the wall. So when you open the door, he's between the door and the wall. So we can't get out. Great. I love that for him. I don't want him. He doesn't need to be outside. I rescued him from outside. So Dr. Robbie is getting some air. Dr. Al wants to talk to him, so she comes outside. She wishes that he had looked over her plans, and I think that's very valid. She submitted her plans in advance. She wanted him to go over them. She wanted to get his feedback. And Robbie, I'm going to be very honest here, has shortchanged himself and his own agenda because he can't give any informed feedback. All he says is, that doesn't sound right. And I'm like, you didn't read the fucking studies. She gave you the evidence, though. And you also, if you had read her notes and the things she sent over, you could have done your own research in advance, but you didn't. So you have shortchanged yourself. You fucked yourself.
right. And I mean, like you mentioned earlier, like, he is also not setting her up for success, taking over this department that he cares so much about.
And so I also like the detail of the fact that when they're having this conversation, you can very quietly hear an ambulance in the beginning, and then it gets louder and louder as they talk. So we know that something's coming in.
Never ends.
Never. And this college kid is freaking out, and he's been tased. And he keeps saying 2901, and I tried to do some sleuthing. I tried like Pittsburgh 2901, like, is this like a legal code? Is this, whatever. And I could not find anything. Is it Ilya Rozanov's hotel number? I don't know. 1221. 1410. I don't know. Yeah. And that's
Yeah.
where our episode ends. I'm sure that we will pretty rapidly find out what 2901 is in episode 3, but as of yet, we do not know. Do you guys have any theories?
I do not, but I am thinking about the number for Monsters Inc. We got a 2319! 2319!
That is also what I was thinking, actually.
What's the street number of P. Sherman Wallaby Way or whatever it is?
42 P. Sherman.
No, P. Sherman, 42 Wallaby Way, Sydney.
There we go.
There you go. Thank you.
Because P. Sherman is the name, and then 42
Oh, right,
is the
right.
address.
Piss
Right.
Sherman? All right, anyway.
But
Take
well,
a
we
shot
need to
every
know.
time we talk about piss.
Take a shot
We
of
need to-
piss.
I knew you were gonna say that. I fucking knew you were gonna say that. Take a shot of Everclear with yellow food dye.
Honestly, at that point, if you offered me a shot of Everclear with yellow food dye or a shot of piss, I might do the shot of piss. Everclear is terrible.
Like, at least there's water in here. You guys have to pick your patient passport moments.
Immaculate infection. Absolutely.
I don't know. I did find it kind of funny when McKay was like in the background being like, that's not mine. Also not me. Later.
Again, a great episode. I didn't watch this and go, Like, I think that is part of the strength of the Pit, is that I don't think there's been a single episode that I've watched and been like, okay,
Yeah,
they're all very strong on their own episodes.
There's enough going on, and each episode leaves you with enough questions to like keep you watching and to keep it engaging, which I think is great.
Yeah. Any final thoughts?
I was in it the piss. We're all in it the piss.
I wear diapers.
On that note,
That's it. Show's over, folks. Camille, say the thing. Camille, say the line.
So long, fellow losers.
The Pit Crew podcast is created and produced by us, Robert, Mal, and Camille. It's edited by me, Robert. You can find us on TikTok, Threads, and Instagram at Pit Crew Podcast. If you'd like to support our other projects, our socials are linked in the show notes below. Our art is by Rampacoca. He can be found on Instagram at Rampacoca. All patient questions and concerns can be emailed to pittcrewpodcast@gmail.com. Now, this isn't a Taco Bell, but we do appreciate a 5-star rating and review wherever you get your podcasts. Be sure to schedule a follow-up appointment with a nurse before you go. See you next time.